Hi Uglies, welcome to the first ever episode of Snatchural, where I'm going to teach you how to get this snatched beat, so make sure to keep watching and subscribe to Paper Magazine's YouTube channel. Hi Uglies, what's up? It's Xoxoethan and welcome to the first ever episode of Snatchural. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how I get my everyday glam and just with a little bit of a twist. So first things first, I'm going to go in with the Mark Trainer tape. So this is a staple whenever you are trying to get a Snatchural glam. You always want to make sure that you have a fully snatched face. That's the part of Snatchural that you want to have snatched. Oh my God. Okay, so you want to peel it off and then I'm going to grab my mirror and I'm just going to tape, you will see right here. And you always want to make sure that you're applying it to clean, freshly washed skin. Otherwise, it will not stick for long and then one side's going to droop and you're going to look crazy. All right, so you see how that just adds just such a nice, subtle snatch? Oh my God, that looks very Bella Hadid. So what I'm gonna do is essentially take this hook and hook this little tab through that. So it's gonna look somewhat like this once it's pulled and snatched, and then my hair is just gonna go right over it. Okay, so up next, I'm grabbing these little tabs. It creates like a perfect little template that we can use when we create this eye look, and it's snatching everything up and making your face look more lifted. Okay, so now that these tape tabs are on, I'm gonna move in and I'm actually gonna prep my eyes with a little bit of foundation and a little bit of eyeshadow primer. So I'm grabbing my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Warm Sand, along with a little bit of concealer. And I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna blend that in. So we're getting rid of like any darkness, we're getting rid of last night, we're making it just look very snatched. So I'm actually gonna grab a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. This is a really good primer because it causes any eyeshadow, even the cheapest of eyeshadows, to become super pigmented and stick very well. And then you just wanna let that set for a second so that the primer becomes tacky. Okay, I'm gonna sit down for a second. I am using the Huda Beauty Nude Medium. This is like, without a doubt, I think my favorite palette she's ever done. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab a fluffy Morphe M514. And I'm grabbing this dark brown shade here. And I'm just gonna begin to blend in. So Snatchural is snatched and natural combined together. I know some of you are probably looking at this right now being like, bitch, this is not natural. But it's Snatchural. And I'm dipping into this like peachy brown shade and I'm just buffing back and forth. We're gonna clean it up later so it doesn't matter how perfectly blended it is now. I feel like Snatchural has always been my vibe my entire life. I remember when I was like 8 years old, I would sneak into my mom's like makeup room and I would just steal blue eyeshadow. I don't know why blue eyeshadow, like it was also the most horrendous shade of blue on me. It was like cerulean. I know whenever you wear these face tapes, you literally feel like they're just gonna come down any minute and give you a black eye, but I promise they're not. I knew that would happen. I could like feel that happening. Okay, so I'm going in with the Jackie Aina Anastasia Beverly Hills collab, and I'm grabbing two of my favorite shades from this palette, Edges and Credit. I always get a lot of questions about where I'm from and like where my parents are from. My dad is Polish and my mother is from Eritrea, which is East Africa. So I'm half black, half white. Now I'm going in with the Morphe M504 brush. This is a super fluffy blending brush. And I'm just gonna use this to snatch the edges of this shadow. Now I'm going in with the Tarte Clay Play palette, and I'm going in with the darkest shade on this flat, pointed little brush. So we get kind of a sultry cat eye without actually using eyeliner. I actually came to New York 4 years ago. Wait, 5 years ago. Oh my God, that's crazy. No, 4 years ago, 4 years ago. I literally love New York so much. I don't think I would live anywhere else. I think it's just such a great city. Anyone can do anything. Anyone can be anything. I mean, I'm literally a dude putting on eyeliner, so. All right, so now what I really wanna do is add a little bit of glitter to the innermost third of the eye. I think that's gonna also help just snatch because in makeup, whenever you want something to be more accentuated, you add light. So I'm adding light by adding glitter. I'm grabbing this rose goldy shimmery shade that just ties so well with the brown. So now I'm just kind of feathering out those edges, really making everything just blend so seamlessly. Oh my God, that's so good.
I'm obsessed.
We've got a lot of pink tones going on, and so the final step to this look is really to make sure that I'm getting a little bit more of a gold yellow tone that's gonna blend well with my skin, because that is Snatchural. So I'm taking that same brush that I applied the pink glitter with, and I'm grabbing the shade Zam from the Anastasia Jackie Aina collab. She formulated this specifically for darker skin tones, which I think is amazing. Now I'm gonna move on to my lashes. So I'm just gonna grab my Lily Lash Eye Curler. For mascara, I'm using the Clinique High Impact Mascara. So I'm just applying a really thin coat of mascara. I am gonna be putting falsies on later, so I just wanna make sure that we have something there that's drying. And now for the grand reveal, I'm gonna be pulling these little tabs off, and you can see how we just get this like super snatched and sculpted lift. I know it may be weird to try to do your face with tape and your eye makeup done, but this is really one of the best ways to make sure that all of your makeup stays in the right place. So I recommend doing your eyes first. I'm going in with The Ordinary's Hyaluronic Acid. This is like one of the best pre-makeup, I don't wanna say primer because it's not really a primer, but it does help make your face just so glossy and dewy and really, oh my God.
Oopsies, lost a droplet.
I hate that. It helps your skin get really sticky, so makeup will stay to it, and combine that with a really good primer.
Bitch, you're sad.
Up next, I'm going in with the Farsali Skin Tune Blur. This is my favorite primer. I used to think that primers were such a waste of money and that it was just like the biggest sham on the planet, but they're not. This is such a good hydrating primer that helps makeup really adhere to your skin. So I'm just gently massaging this in. So for foundation today, I'm actually making a little foundation cocktail. I'm gonna be mixing in the Chanel Ultra, don't know how to say that. Then I'm mixing that with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Warm Sand. And then I'm mixing those two foundation shades with this Dior. It's almost like an illuminizer that you want to blend in with your foundation to help give a glow within the skin. And do 1 pump of each foundation. Well, whatever. And then you just want to pop that on. Now I'm taking that damp beauty sponge, I'm just blending it all in. I did not go to art school. I literally just Googled, learned, YouTubed, watched videos. I've always been, I guess, like the most glam friend. Everyone gets so mad at me because it takes me 100 years to get ready. I'm like, bitch, I'm not gonna like hop out of the shower and put on some BB cream. No, we wanna look
Snatched.
I'm so excited that I'm doing Snatchural. This is actually something I've wanted to do for a really long time, and I'm so thankful that Paper and I together get to work on this. Okay, so now I'm going in with the Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette, and I'm just grabbing the Morphe M536 brush. I'm gonna be grabbing these two pressed powder shades to set my under eyes. So obviously, I've come a long way since I used to steal makeup from my mother's vanity. Basically, I feel like it's important for people to know that, you know, if you are that little boy who's somewhere in middle America stealing makeup from your mother, it will get better, trust me. So now I'm going in with the Hourglass foundation stick. This is in the shade Sable. It just helps create such beautiful shadows. Okay, so now that my contour is on my face and not yet blended, I'm taking the NARS Orgasm Liquid Blush. And this is amazing because if you mix this in with a contour, it almost becomes like a blushy contour, which I love. But you always want to stack it on top. Never put it below because then you'll just look muddy. All right, so now I'm grabbing a buffing blending brush. I'm just gonna kind of buff those two products in. And yes, if you do add contour under your chin, this is gonna help eliminate a double chin and give you just like a beautiful shadow. Very camera ready, always. And voila, the base is almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and bake, and this is the only baking you will ever see me do. I am taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade Translucent, and I'm just going to drag this alongside my cheeks to really chisel out my face. And drag it all the way to my mouth. So now I'm just gonna let this sit for just a bit while it almost like sinks in and makes that area of my face a little lighter. And then I'm gonna do the same thing underneath my eyes. And you really wanna make sure that you dust this away because this one time I went to this event and I forgot to dust off my setting powder. And I fully had white powder all over my face, but you couldn't see it until the flash went off. It has happened to Angelina Jolie. It has happened to Nicole Kidman. So when the flash went off, I looked insane. So you can see how we've created this kind of like snatched here, and then lighter and lighter. It's almost like a big 3. So now that we've finished our contour, we are moving into the final few steps. For brows, I am going in with this trick I learned from another makeup artist, and this is essentially the Pears soap melted down. So I'm taking the Morphe setting spray, and I'm just going to blast that. And you wanna wait for it to get a little tacky and use it to just kind of lift my brows. A feathered brow is just, it's in right now, but on top of that, it just helps everything look so natural, even when it's so far from it. I think it looks good on every brow shape and every face shape. I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit of the Anastasia, it's like a tinted brow gel, and I'm just gonna use this to make sure that the soap brow is locked in place. Some of the fundamentals of Snatchural are the feathered brow, the face tape, the cat eye snatch up, the 3 contour, so it's like dark, dark, dark. And this is another one of our fundamentals. This is a winged out lash. So I'm grabbing that lash on that lash applicator once the glue is slightly tacky, and I'm gonna place my mirror down here so that way I can really see kind of where my lash is going. So you can see kind of how that lash just kind of lifts and sculpts up because it's longer at the ends and shorter in the front. Okay, so while I wait for that lash to get tacky, I'm gonna take that mascara and I'm going to mesh my real lashes with the falsies. So now I'm going in with the Becca Shimmering Highlighter, and this is in the shade Rose Quartz, and I'm using my Anastasia A23 brush. Highlighter is another Snatchural essential, just a kiss of glitter. Then I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty, I believe this is their Diamond Bomb, yes. And I'm just grabbing this to set on top. Now I'm using the Bite Beauty lip liner in the shade Glace. Overlining your lips is another Snatchural tip. We learned this from our good sister, Miss Kylie Jenner. I know that overlining lips can be scary because I literally look like It the Clown right now, but I'm gonna use concealer to clean up the edges. So now I'm going in with the YSL lipstick in the shade Rouge Volupte Shine 47. A pink lip is essential to the Snatchural glam, but so is a gloss. So I'm using the Stila gloss in the shade Synergy. I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair off camera and I'll be back in a minute. And this is the final look. Make sure to check out Paper Magazine's other YouTube videos and don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We have so many fun YouTube videos coming for Snatchural and I can't wait for you guys to see the other beautiful glam beats that we do.